As of August 2023, 2 new RNAV GPS approaches are available at Boeing Field in Seattle. Both procedures offer LPV minimums to a DA, much like an ILS. The new approach to runway 14 right, however, is not an overlay of the ILS, as is often the case, and it's available to all aircraft equipped to fly RNAV GPS approaches. It's not an authorization required approach. The new procedure tracks lead aircraft through a series of intermediate legs, essentially a segmented radius-to-fix path that bends through Elliott Bay to a final approach fix abeam downtown Seattle. The new path avoids direct overflights of the Magnolia neighborhood, which should reduce noise complaints. In theory, it can make flying approaches to runway 14 right more efficient by reducing vectoring and potentially shortening a long straight in, which on the ILS typically extends to or beyond the fix Asogi, in effect a 12-mile final to the runway. This video shows what the approach looks like when using a Garmin GTN 750XI and G500TXI primary flight display, which is the equipment in the panel in my Beechcraft A36. I captured the approach in the free Garmin PC Trainer. It's a faithful reproduction of the avionics, but it does not simulate the GFC 600 or GFC 500 autopilot and flight director. Still, it shows how a modern navigator like the Garmin GTN series sequences through the waypoints as you join the approach from west of Seattle. Note the 15-degree course change at the final approach fix, Compt, and the relatively short 4.8 nautical mile final approach segment. That's comparable to the charted final approach segment from Togay on the ILS runway 14 right. But, as noted earlier, aircraft flying the ILS typically fly a much longer straight-in path. How the new approach will work in practice is an open question. Especially when Boeing Field, Seattle, and Renton are in a south flow, sequencing arrivals is challenging. In particular, when pilots are flying the ILS to runway 14 right, it may be difficult to squeeze in others who request the RNAV runway 14 right. This approach is also a good example of why it's wise to avoid using vectors to final, even when ATC is vectoring you to join the procedure. Load and activate approaches by selecting an initial fix and choosing direct to a fix or activating a leg when ATC's plan becomes clear. Stay tuned for a video of the new approach flown for real in the A36.